Hey, how's it going? I'm Dan Fradenburgh. I'm a commercial real estate guy, and so is Douglas Dowell. How you doing today, Douglas?
Good. Thank you for having me, Dan.
Oh, my pleasure. I always emphasize the fact that we're commercial real estate people because if you're a commercial real estate person, you're probably like us and would much rather be doing a deal like right this second, sorting out, fixing something, increasing our net worth and that of our investors and all that kind of fun stuff. But we're on the internet, and I personally think commercial real estate's a little bit boring when it comes to content and all that kind of stuff. And this is the way that I'm helping people stand out. Now, Douglas, first, before we get too excited, you want to introduce yourself? Maybe talk about Eagles Flight Equity Group?
Sure. We are a hard money loan fund, and we are also doing build to rent when the deal's pencil, which is a whole other side discussion. We can get into that if you want or not. But we do love build to rent. The United States is anywhere from, depending on who you listen to, between 4 million and 8 million units shy of housing right now. We're trying to fix that.
Yep, I love that. I love that. So let's get started. This is a 15-minute game with a 10-second increment. So you should see a little pop up on your screen there, Douglas, and we can get started. Now, one thing that was really cool about having you on as a guest is I know that while we were hanging out, you had a little bit of a stint of playing humans on chess.com, which is something that I avoided like the plague. I did not want to play humans. I wanted to make sure I had a lot of frustration with chess where I'm like, I don't know what the correct thing to do is. I just didn't know. I knew my old like French openings or whatever. The idea control the center. But yeah, it's I avoided playing humans because I didn't want to. And then in January, I ripped that band-aid by playing a whole whack of games. And so now I'm ready to have people on and talk about real estate. But one of the things I like to emphasize, I don't know if that pop-up has shown up yet there, Douglas. It should
Yeah,
be.
seems like I'm having a little bit of login trouble here. Just 1 second here.
Okay, doke. What's this here? Outgoing, yeah, it still says it's there. So, one of the reasons why it was important to me to include chess, it's kind of covert, honestly, which is if I were not directly involved in the deployment of capital business, then and I decided I needed to outsource. I needed to give it to somebody else. The things that would be going through my head is how meticulous are they? Attention to detail. How do they react if there's something else going on, like a distraction, something like a chess game or something like that. It's definitely not a one-to-one match, but at least like that's the sort of thing that I'd want to see, just so that I guess I can put my finger on it. Cool. Oh, cool. I'm black this time. So you start off, but. Some people are the front of house, the marketing person. They don't have to understand underwriting. They don't have to understand the business of real estate much more than just, hey, this is, like what's on the go, for this area. This area is hot, and, these numbers seem good compared to other deals that are going on in the area. And the sponsor is someone I've known for years and I've seen how they do business. I'd say that's, putting it all together. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, completely agree. And it really is for analytical people very interesting because you need other people to do this. It is a team game, and so that's probably one of the things I love the most about the networking and how we met, actually, Dan. Networking. You cannot network enough, really. If you can, oh, I don't know, what am I going to do tomorrow? I have a suggestion: network.
Yep, yep, absolutely. Got a network. Okay, but it says that the game aborted because you had 30 seconds to move.
Oh,
So I'm sending a new request, and we'll get that out there too. But I should also talk about the reasoning for the. Oh, I'm playing against somebody else now instead of you. Oh no, this is bad. All right, so I guess I play a game while I'm talking to you. And it's
for
a
sure.
15-minute game. What are we doing? What on earth are we doing? Oh well, I guess you get to see one of my openings in for black. All right. So anyway, so you got into the debt fund side. Like one of the things that I've found with my network here in real estate, some people zigged when other people were zagging. You know, like all the education out there is like, hey, get involved in a deal. Let's see here. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, right. That's yeah. I'll do this one because that covers that one right there. Okay. So now he's trying to threaten my bishop for no really good reason. I'll just move it back over here. So this is a first. I hit another game and we're playing against a complete stranger here. So we don't want to break the fair use policy. So don't tell me how to cheat and win or whatever.
That's all right.
So, but anyway, so the zag that you did is instead of just going for direct equity plays, real estate, most frequent way of getting involved, you ended up going for the fund side, which I think is a very, very good move because really, I've been telling people that my wife is she has discerning taste. And so because of that, I tend to look at everything from the standpoint of, okay, so it has its good sides and its bad sides. How do we eliminate the bad sides? How do we get everything that's great with nothing that's bad? And of course, that's not usually possible, but you know, why not give it a try? And so like that's actually the main reason why I got into the lending side instead of trying to stick with equity. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that subject? Like, what were some of the big things that came out that made that jump?
Yeah, we saw the opportunity. Back to the core thesis that I started with, the 4 days home short. We just had some great relationships with spec home builders. And to back up, a spec home is building a house, assuming you can sell it, speculating. So therefore, spec home. And I'm like, that's a great space that not a lot of people lend into. There people that do, and you see it more and more frequently recently. But I feel like there's an underserved area of the marketplace, and that's why we were like, hey, this is something we can help these guys with and get in that space.
Mm, yeah, that definitely works. It makes lots of sense. I'm having lots of difficulties here figuring out a decent strategy. He's got me tied up pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that just for fun. And here I am playing against a stranger on an interview thing. This is lovely. Sweet, but right, I was starting to say before I got distracted about the thought behind this show, this format. It's you've seen Hot Ones before, where like
Yep.
Scarlett Johansson will eat
Yep.
spicy wings or something like that. I think that's really really cool. And of course, like this is partially an attention getting ploy because I noticed that if there's a chess game going, I gotta find out how it ends. I gotta find out what goes
How's
on.
this gonna go? Yeah.
Right, exactly. I can't be the only one. And but the other thing that makes it kind of spicy, in my opinion, is the fact that with spicy wings, you get gradually more uncomfortable. But in chess, you gradually hate your opponent more and more and more. We broke the seal yesterday for the first time. I think I'm gonna keep those, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it with the bishop. Um, but yeah, I broke that seal for the first time. Joe Jackson was kind enough to tell me that he doesn't like me anymore. And oops, I just blundered my bishop like a dumbass. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that was really bad. Oh well, it happens to everybody, including grandmasters. Oh, this is
You're
bad.
out here just telling the truth about real estate.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and now that's the thing about real estate as well. I think what it has in common with chess is that it has the chaos. Like you're juggling a bunch of balls at the same time, so to speak, and it's just demonstrating whether or not you let things slip through the crack, like super duper often, or if it's more on the rare side. Okay, well, thanks for that. Right. Oh, cool. I'm actually still up one point of material, so this might still end up in my favor. We'll have to see. And since I'm up, I'm going to trade off that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'll put him in chat. And I also don't have a way to get this on an open file, which sucks. I think I'm going to move this up here just to make it so that this knight isn't going anywhere ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll laugh.
Stay right where he is.
So there's another thing we can discuss since we've been able to be closer than than typical syndicators wind up becoming. You know that I'm a pacifist, and chess is like the only exception for me. It's the only one where I'm like, no, destroy your opponent, crush their soul. That was a terrible move.
And at the end of the day, everyone dies.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I suppose that's true enough as well. Right on. So let's talk about social media and marketing. So you have a regular segment. I'm interested to get into a little bit of data with you because I find that every data has its own mysteries and quirks, and it actually helps you analyze other types of data that you need to figure out in the future. Yeah, that's still not going anywhere. Anyway. Okay, this one's okay. I think this is looking a little bit favorable now, finally.
Yeah.
But so you do the macro Mondays talking about different economic theory. Like economics is a big thing for me. Like I'm a big fan of researching and understanding it. Even though I came from electrical engineering, and so like a lot of engineers view economics as more of a social science than science at all.
They're not wrong, Dan.
Right? And I think there's a certain degree to where it's partly entitlement is the problem. Just basically justifying the thesis that the research sponsor wants to convince people of.
Yep, there's definitely a thing. The edifice that is economics, mainstream economics, is based on the incentives, and the incentives are bad. So essentially, I know I'm wrong about this theory, but I want to keep my professorship, so I'm teaching the way the dean wants me to teach, and I want to get published. And in order to keep my job, I got to publish. In order to do that, I have to keep saying things that I don't necessarily agree with, or they just don't care.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But as fund managers, we really can't say that. So
Well, that's an interesting subject as well. I know we had the discussion about like how timing the market is not really a thing, just because there's too many players in it, and the players are just way too big, and even the big players have difficulty swaying the market. So that means everybody's basically in the same boat. Interesting.
yeah,
I don't
trading
think I'm going
macro
to.
is wicked hard. That's another thing that's great about real estate, though. It turns like an aircraft carrier. It turns very slowly. So as long as generally trend wise where you're going, you don't have to trade macro, which is great.
Right,
But
right.
you
That
also
makes
have to
sense.
hedge macro, which a bunch of people didn't. That's a whole other fun discussion as well.
Right, right, exactly. And some of our closest friends in this space, like they're just so capable, they're so smart, they have so much going on. It's great to hear. I guess that from podcasting, that one of my big passions is just finding people who deal with subjects or topics that they affect everybody's lives, but most people, they are just left to guess. They can only guess. They have nobody with any authority or experience to ask. And so like an example there, I'll look this, even though he's going to come down here and trade the rook that way, but that's fine. I'm getting a rook and a knight in return for a rook.
Yeah, you're coming out on head on this one.
Yeah, so
That's
I
a
think
very
this one's pretty much in the
optimistic.
bag. All I have to do is I'll trade this off. I'll go eat these pawns with my king,
Yeah,
and then I'll promote. And
you're winning here. This is
yeah,
this is
okay. So
really easy.
he decided to avoid that.
Ah,
I'm
probably.
gonna go here
Mhm.
because as he comes down here, he comes down here. I should be able to get it. And actually, if I go like that and then like that, then I can move my. Oh, okay. Actually, now I can do it that way. Okay, so he's trying to pin that. Wow, this is a weird, somewhat annoying game,
Yeah.
but it's not that bad. I don't think he's gonna move this or this pawn here.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That's so much fun. Right on. So another thing, let's talk about too. So I was also concerned, even though I made the jokes already about how I'm totally fine with being adversarial in chess. That's still not entirely true. I don't really want to ruin people's days completely, but you had your stint in chess last year, and I hit a spot after my first month, I'd say, which describes where I think you got, which was just basically plateauing. It like finding it difficult to improve further.
Yeah.
Uh, and so what I ended up doing, I ended up picking up a coach, a chess coach, and he's actually ranked in the top 10,000 in all of chess.com.
That's
And
pretty great.
yeah, and
That's
chess.com, I think
pretty
it has
impressive.
100 million users.
Wow.
Yeah. So what my big thing was figuring out how exactly do you okay, so he's doing it that way. But I could still, what if yeah, I don't want to do that. This is so hard to concentrate, think of a plan,
Yeah.
and conduct an interview at the
And
same time.
interview at the same time.
But that's checkmate. So now it's time for the big game. So that worked out well. So let me pause the recording real quick here.
I'm white. I'll definitely play.
All right, cool. So we got that figured out, and now I'm going to hit play again. We're sending a new request so that way I'm not playing with some stranger that you don't know. I'm playing with Douglas, our friend. So
Right.
I'm trying to remember what else I was going on. Yeah, plateauing on chess. So, like, if you were to take a guess, what do you think you would have needed to do to improve that, like you didn't have time to do or something like that in chess? Yeah, do you have
Yeah,
some?
I think for me, I'm not sure my memory is
Uh-huh.
because I know a lot of guys get really good by just studying other games, and I don't seem to that doesn't seem to move the needle for me. So I'm not sure. I think the coaching idea is very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's good in life generally, right? If you need to improve, it's like model someone else, and that's way easier when you have a coach that's done it and been there and done that. So that's definitely a positive step for sure.
Yep. And so for me personally, like I think the trick for memorizing games, you have to use a physical board.
Oh wow,
Okay, so like a physical board really helps for that. There we go. Now we're started.
it's
Now the
on.
game shall begin. Chess puzzles tend to be more useful than playing games for the first big chunk. But you go first, and it says that it's ready to go. Okay, here we go. Queen pawn
Queen
opening.
pawn.
Do I go weird on you? Do you want me to go weird on you?
Please do.
Okay, cool. So this is called the King's Indian Defense that I'm going to do here.
Yep,
Okay. And
love it.
we were talking about Hikaru Nakamura.
Ah, didn't know.
And
That was a blunder.
no, it wasn't actually. You were trying to get ahead of me. That actually is a valid strategy for this opening because
Oh,
you
okay.
basically cause a problem with the knight. But here with my pawn, that's exactly why you put it there, is
Yeah.
because otherwise you're going to harass my knight, and I don't want you to do that. Okay, cool. Have you
Yeah.
ever heard of fianchettoing? That's when you put your bishop on one of these corners right here. So whether here on G7 or on B7 for black. Okay, cool. So you're taking up lots of space. The bad news is that the King's Indian does not use much space.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see already it's like, what do I do with this? It's such a weird opening, right?
Yeah. Where am I going now?
Yeah.
It's awesome though. I have played it. It's pretty fun.
Okay. Let's do one of those. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to start getting my pawns going. That's why. It's because you're probably gonna castle on that side. Now I got two pawns that are coming up and getting all up in your
I
business.
think I'll take that.
Okay. Free pawn? Why not? Next up.
Yeah.
Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Might do that. Definitely not gonna do that. Okay, let's try. That's not there anymore. Yeah, sure. It's getting spicy.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. What else are we gonna do? Oh, I really shouldn't have given up that pawn. And that's not gonna be great either. Um, yeah, let's try this. Hmm. And then there was silence. That's good. You're actually making me think. That's good stuff.
No, that's a good sign. I'm also trying to decide
Yeah, yeah,
if the bloodletting should begin or not.
right.
Yeah, let's make this fun. Always a fun discussion. Do you trade a knight for a bishop?
Yeah, well, you missed out on my queen.
Ah, I sure did.
Yeah, it's not optimal. This has not been a shining moment in my chess career.
Me neither. I missed it. So
No, yeah, I'm just kind of glad that I got away with it.
okay. So he's dead meat no matter what. Looks like.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's you're still ahead in material.
Yeah, that's about to change though. I think. Let's see here. All right.
Wow, far out.
Yeah, let's do that.
But yeah, that's the thing I'm kind of a broken record about when it comes to real estate and marketing and all that kind of stuff. It's just it's the fact that you're dealing with chaos.
Yeah.
Like if you understand geology, if you understand weather, then it's pretty clear that you're up against so much more in real estate. Like you're dealing with the greatest sources of chaos in real estate. People and nature. And I find in so many ways chess is so similar. It's you've got this infinite, like practically infinite number of possibilities. You always have to figure out some sort of solution for all of them. Um,
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful analogy. I really do.
so that's yeah, I will still do that. Interesting. Okay, I don't have that. Right. Okay, I know what I'm doing next. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
It also shows that I definitely need to practice with King's Indian defense more than I have. Only played it a few times against people in the thousands. I am blundering so much, it is bonkers.
Well, I do admit it's very hard to do an interview in this at the same time.
Yeah.
Having done a ton of interviews, I'm admiring that.
And it's funny because I actually try to avoid multitasking as well. But and I
Same.
don't know how many people are going to be watching these at 2 times speeds, but you know that usually it's always 2 times speed for me.
Hmm.
So yeah, and that's not even gonna be that good. Well, maybe I can. Nah,
Oh yeah, there we go.
everything's so gross. So that's how it is, huh?
Invite you to leave.
Okay. No promises. Let's see here. So that's open. That's open. That's not open. Crap. I'm gonna lose my queen, aren't I? I'm gonna lose. Oh, actually, no, I'm not.
Yeah, there
I
was a
thought you
route
had it. I
there.
thought you had it.
No, I certainly did not. Let's see here.
I also heard somebody say that whenever you see a kid cry over chess, they're probably going to end up becoming at least a 1200.
Facts. And you know why? Because they care.
Right. And I've never cried over chess. I've definitely come close.
I can definitely say I've never cried. Now, I have thrown a remote across the room one time, but that was a different deal.
Right, right. I have said some of the nastiest things. Okay, I usually reserve my nastiness and vulgarities for robots, for AIs.
Yeah.
So if you're a robot, I'm going to say horrible things to you that have no regard for your feelings because you don't have any. And at best, you're, basically set up to imitate emotions.
Yeah. It's just too
So,
fun, isn't it?
so that's why I tell AIs very
Being a little
frequently
evocative
that
here.
their breath smells like butts and they have basically nothing positive. Am I gonna still do this? I might. I might not though. What else do I have that's better though? Uh, eh, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this just to see what you do.
Ooh. All right. That's an invitation to do this.
Man, okay.
Ooh, nice move.
If I got backup, of which I have none at the
Hmm.
moment. The other thing that I'll get accused of when I play these longer games is you're playing a rapid game as if it's a blitz game. Because
Right.
right? Because I had 15 minutes when I started, and I seem to have 15 minutes and 20 seconds right now. And I know it's been a while since math class, but something's happened.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we're on move 23. And so, like right now, I think I probably should be down to 10 minutes, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, then. If that's how it's going to be. Hmm. Yeah, I'm also, oh, that's even better. Or is it? Maybe I just do it that way? Is that what I do? Okay, do that. Well, you can see what I'm clicking on and stuff if you look at my screen.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
can,
Hmm. Hmm.
okay. Um, that's not open. That doesn't help as much as it seems. All right, fine. So those are both covered. That's not. That hangs that. This is a tough one.
Yeah, this is a grinding toward a stalemate. Let's see here.
Seems premature for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll see. I'm sure I'll screw up somehow along the way here.
Yeah, I actually saw Magnus Carlsen quoting Gary Kasparov recently. Kasparov apparently said that if you threaten somebody 10 times in a row, they're going to plunder.
That's
And
probably true.
right, right, exactly. And coming from, okay, if Gary Kasparov said it, then it's probably true. If
Yeah,
Magnus Carlsen quoted Gary Kasparov as saying it, then
right.
you could
You
treat it
you
as
might as
fact.
well. You can get a tattoo on your arm that says that if that's the case.
Right. No ragrats.
Right.
Right. A little bit of
I love that so much.
yeah, exactly. A little Letter Kenny shout out right there.
For sure.
Yeah, misspelled tattoos.
Yeah. Wonderful, right?
Not that it's way worse, just purely out of the fact that it's in their first language.
Yeah.
I saw plenty of people, getting Chinese tattoos where it's just like, okay, so yeah, my favorite one liner for that is, what do you think that says? That way I'm not coloring your decision. Like your answer. It's like,
Right.
but of course,
Um.
sometimes these things happen just because. Oh yeah, I forgot that that's pinned. Why am I forgetting that that's pinned? That's so
Right.
pinned.
That is so panned.
Yeah, bro.
So panned. Let me
Pinned
move here.
AF.
Step out of
Okay,
the way.
so I'll still take that.
Oh yeah. I believe that's true. Hmm.
My knights against your rooks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so that's in the way. So we'll do that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
getting real scary right now.
Oh snap. All right. Feels like my only recourse is this.
It is.
Hey, why you put me in check?
I think it's because I had to.
Oh yeah.
There is always that.
You know that Dukes of Hazard? Do you remember that Dukes of Hazard?
I remember the show a little bit. I wasn't a regular watcher, but I definitely recognized the car and I, yeah.
The narrator would usually go on and say, "Well, boys, it looks like them Duke boys are in a lot of trouble." And I think the narrator would be speaking right now, so I would be best
Hey,
off.
I'm happy to offer a draw. Do you want to offer a draw?
No, no, let's play this out to the bitter end, as please placebo would say.
No. Is that because I don't really have a nice place to put you in check?
No, I think I feel like I've got some life left, but not much. Um,
Guess who wasn't thinking of that? Oops. Just hit my screen capture thing for a second there. A rook for a knight, sir?
hmm.
I know what you definitely don't want to do. And just so you know, like, I've been talking to Douglas this entire time and I've been neglecting you. I'm sorry. It's funny. This is famous last words. Right before this episode, I said to Douglas, "It's like, yeah, like clockwork, reliably, less than 30 minutes." And here we are.
And
It's
yet we're having a lot of fun.
yes. So I can move here. And there you go. Congratulations. You got checkmate. So I
Well,
don't know if you have time for a rematch. Probably not. We'll probably have to do that for episode two.
I believe would be some other time, sir. But by no means was that grand strategy. That was very, very lucky because I was on the ropes there for a while.
Yes, because that's mate right there. So yeah, it literally one move away. That means I shouldn't have moved there. If I game review, it won't. Anyway, if you want to reach out to Douglas, LinkedIn is a great way to reach him, just
Always.
like me. I've got this distinct last name, makes it really easy to find. And then as far as websites
But for
or
some reason, Dan, I've known you this long and I still can't spell it right,
uh,
which is on me.
that's absolutely fine because the video has it right there, and
Right over there.
that's the
Just
whole play,
go
right?
back to the video and watch the video and then write it down.
Exactly, exactly. All right, but well done. Thank you very much for joining me. This has been fantastic.
It was fun. It was so fun. Thank you.
Awesome.